All right, y'all, and we're back with an exciting edition of the Flex Zone. Make sure y'all already like and subscribe. You're gonna want to stay tuned. You already know the drill.
Okay.
And we're here live, y'all, for our picks this week. Week one of the NFL season. It is here. It is the birth of the Flex Zone, the backbone. I'm your boy Dre. Unfortunately, our boy B Dog is not here today, but the rest of the crew, we already in the building. I'm gonna toss it over to my right hand man, the one who holds it down right here on the social media for us, Uncle Raj. What's going on with the beta?
What's going on, Dre? I'm just here, brother. I'm just here, ready to talk some NFL football. We 2 days away from the season opener with the Ravens and Chiefs. I cannot wait. It's going to be fantastic.
And my right hand man, who's been doing it with me from day one ish. What's up?
Hey man, what's up, man? I ain't gonna hold you, man. It's just glad to be back, man. I feel like I can talk again. I feel like I ain't talked none last week because I was feeling ill under the weather. Um, I had a case of pneumonia, and I'm fighting it now, but I feel so much better. So I'm ready to get back to it. Listening to y'all rap last week. Seemed fun singing with my man D. Y'all had my man D on the jump last week. That's crazy. But it was good. Good seeing him. Good seeing y'all as always. But I'm glad to be back. So let's get this thing going. Like Raj said, I'm very excited for the season to start. Very excited.
Hey, look, well, if you're excited for the season to start, the NFC East, it's a tough road ahead. Everybody's picking the Eagles. Everybody's jumping off of the Cowboys bandwagon. Nobody's picking the Giants. But a lot of people are saying that y'all can get a wild card spot. How are you feeling about your division this year? And do you feel the Commanders can make the playoffs?
Um, the NFC East is a very interesting division. Very interesting to say the least. Um, I think we could all agree that the New York Giants are probably going to be in the cellar. Just because they still on the books with Daniel Jones, which I think is crazy. Um, Brian Day- Brian Daboll can only do but so much with that quarterback. I think the next part is a little bit interesting. I think the Cowboys be third, man. I ain't gonna hold you. I think the Cowboys be third. Just because it's always some turmoil going on with the Cowboys, and I feel like it's gonna leak over into the field. See, Lamb hasn't been practicing or participating in anything, so he's gonna have to get into game shape. He probably ain't gonna be in game shape till about week 3, week 4. And I think, and then they got money matters with Dak Prescott, and next year they're gonna have money matters with Micah Parsons. So it's going to be interesting to see how they fare, and if they don't fare well early, Mike McCarthy's going to be about it there. He may not make it to Thanksgiving, but I think the Cowboys will be third, and I think the surprise team is the Commanders. I think the Washington Commanders coming in second will be the surprise. I don't have crazy high hopes for the team. I just think we'll surprise. I just think we're every year there's a surprise team, and I think the Commanders will be that surprise team. I don't know about the playoffs, wild card, anything like that, but we have a chance to be second in this division because of some turmoil from other teams. We completely flipped over our roster. This team looks has at least been 70% flipped over. And I mean coaching staff and players. We got some good vets on the team on both sides of the ball. So I think this organization is finally getting to the point where it can be a respectable organization. A legit owner, legit GM, legit head coach, and prayerfully a legit quarterback. As y'all know, y'all being Ravens fans, y'all already check all of them boxes. So now it's time for my organization to do the same. So we have a chance to be second, and if we are second, that means Jaden Daniels is having a phenomenal year, and probably has a chance to push Caleb Williams for Rookie of the Year. And of course, number one, I think it's probably going to be the Eagles. The Eagles, I think overall is the best roster. Now, I don't know about Sirianni now. That's the issue with the Eagles. I don't know about Sirianni, but the Eagles have probably the most complete roster in the division. And who won the division last year? The Cowboys, correct? The Eagles had it, and then I think the
Cowboys end up winning it. Yeah,
then the Cowboys,
there hasn't been a consistent winner of the NFC East in years.
Exactly. So since the Cowboys won it last year, I really think the Eagles are going to win it this year. So the Eagles are going to be my pick. Jalen Hurts and the offense, I believe, will bounce back. Saquon Barkley helps as long as he's healthy. They got some young guys in the secondary, so that's going to take some that's going to be some growing pains for the Eagles secondary defensively. But their offense can be just as dynamic as they've always been with the addition of Saquon Barkley. So now they did lose Jason Kelce, so that those are some huge cleats to fill. But I think the Eagles are the most complete team in the division, and somehow, some way, the Commanders are still going to give them a run for their money. So I think it's going to be the Eagles, Commanders, Cowboys, and the Giants in the NFC East.
Cool. I guess I'll go next. NFC East. This division is always tough because one, the Eagles always seem to be in it. Of course, and the Cowboys always seem to be in it. The Giants are flip-floppy at times. They're in it sometimes they're not. And the Redskins / Commanders, they're a wild card spot. Like some years they're great, some years not so much. But I think now with this organization and this team, it's only going up. So with Jaden Daniels, I agree with you, Cravante. I think that they're going to be number 2 in the division. I think they'll be fighting for a wild card spot. They might even make it. If my prediction is correct, I believe Jaden Daniels is going to be the next CJ Stroud. I think he has all the tools. I think he has the amount of weapons that he needs to make it. And honestly, I don't see the Cowboys. I think they're going to be okay, but I don't see them being as good as they was last year, only because there's still a little bit of turmoil in the organization. I mean, CD did get his money, of course. Dak, this might be his last year. I'm not sure how he's going to play. Micah Parsons is wish-washy. I think he's going to be in a new defensive system as well. So maybe he might do a little bit better in this. I don't know. We'll find out. But I don't know about the Cowboys. The Eagles, they might bounce back from last year when they started off hot and then became cold at the end. I'm not too sure about that either, though. Only because one, Jalen Hurts, I gotta see if he's the same player as he was early on last year. If he's that same player as he was early on last year, then they'll be the Eagles, of course. Also, like you said, Jason Kelce he's out of there, so that's going to be different as well, especially at that center position. But yeah, I think they might win a division, probably. The Giants, they're going to be in last place. I have no faith in them. I have no faith in Daniel Jones. He's and then Saquon Barkley is with the Eagles as well, so that's going to make them a lot better as far as running the football is concerned. But the Giants are in last place. I feel bad for Malik Neighbors. Yeah, man, it's going to be ugly. for them. But yeah, it's gonna be. I think the Eagles is gonna win a division. The Cowboys might make it, might not. But I think that the Commanders will be fighting for a playoff spot. Will they get it? Only time will tell. But like I said before, in this division, anything is possible. Go ahead, Dre.
All right, so everybody's talking about well, that's why everybody's picking the Eagles over the Cowboys. When you look at the Dallas Cowboys schedule, let me go through it real quick for y'all. They start off against the Browns. They play the Saints, Ravens, Giants. That's the first month. So it's a possibility they can go 500 right there. You got the Steelers on Sunday night, the Detroit Lions, the 49ers, and the Falcons. Damn, they could lose all their games the following month.
It depends. It depends on how long it takes CeeDee Lamb and them to get acquainted, man. Because remember, CeeDee Lamb just got his money.
Then you got the Eagles, Texans, Commanders, and Giants. That might be another 500. Then they go.
Are you looking at the Eagles schedule?
I think he's the Cowboys.
No, that's the Cowboys schedule. I'm going.
Oh, okay. Let me pull it up.
Then they got the Bengals, the Panthers, the Bucks, the Eagles, and then the Commanders. So, from looking at that schedule, not only is it rough, but they may go under 500. Yeah, it looks like the Cowboys are going to miss the playoffs, and no more Dak and no more Mike McCarthy, because unless they can make some type of weird push, they might be able to, then again, they might be able to get a wild card. But when you just go through that schedule, I just don't see it. So, yeah, I agree with everybody. I think that I think the Eagles do win the division, and I think the Commanders get a playoff berth as a wild card. But when you just look through the Cowboys schedule, I'm just like, man. And before we even get into the AFC North for our picks for them, I'm gonna go through some of the teams from last year that made the playoffs. You got the rate.
There we go.
You got it.
This Cowboys, right?
It's on the screen now.
Okay. Yeah, when y'all for everybody viewing, yeah, that's the Dallas Cowboys schedule. That's a brutal schedule, y'all.
Well, first place schedule.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's what happens when you win 12 games every year too. All right, so the teams that made the playoffs, you had in the AFC, you had the Ravens, the Texans, the Bills, the Chiefs, and the Pittsburgh Steelers as well.
The Steelers did make the playoffs last year, didn't they?
They did. People forgot the Steelers did make it. And the Dolphins as well. So in the NFC, you had you had the Packers, Cowboys, Bucks, Eagles. You also had the 49ers in the mix as well. So I don't know, y'all. Well, that's tough. That's tough. Oh, and the Lions as well. You can't forget about the Lions. But every year there's a team that doesn't make the playoffs, and there's a team that does make it. Mm-hmm. Is there a team that stands out to y'all? We already talked about the Commanders, but is there another team that y'all could see, either the AFC or NFC, that y'all feel can make the playoffs that didn't make it?
From what? What you mean?
Is there a team from the AFC or the NFC that you feel could make it that didn't make it last year?
Start with the NFC, I guess.
Okay. Oh. I mean, for me, like I said, I think all of us are agreeing that the Commanders might be the team. I'm gonna tell you another team though. I think the Bears make the playoffs.
Really?
I believe it's too much talent, and that defense was actually pretty okay last year. So,
what up, baby?
My Vito.
Oh,
It was good.
So
you look like you just woke up, man.
I did.
Okay.
so those are my two teams. Who do y'all feel are the on y'all end while we our good brother gathers himself?
Man, it's the Falcons. I think Atlanta.
Oh, you're right. The
I
Falcons.
think Atlanta. Atlanta they picked up two great defensive pieces, and Judon and Simmons at safety. We already talked about how crazy their weapons are, and we were talking about how good they were offensively last year. It's just that they had Desmond Ridder at quarterback, so it's like, But we know how as weak as the NFC South is, the Falcons can win this division. If Kirk Cousins is, I don't know where he's at with this whole Achilles thing, but
they still got Michael Penix too,
and they got Michael Pittins waiting in the wings, and I don't even know if that's much of a drop off for real. But because of what he could bring to the table, not to say that he's better than Kirk Cousins or anything like that, it's just that he brings a different skill set to the table. He brings an Atlanta, saying hype. Y'all know how Atlanta is. Michael Penix can bring that to the Falcons, but Kirk Cousins is still a vet nonetheless. He has a legit tight end, Kyle Pitts, legit wide receiver in Drake London, and a legit running back in Bijan Robinson. You got a guy at each key offensive position. I think they got a shot to take the division, and if you take the division, you in the playoffs automatically.
Exactly. So,
and also real quick, Raj, that secondary low key could be nice.
Yeah. Oh, you mean Falcons?
Yeah.
No, they ain't no low key. They are nice.
I mean, when you look at that division,
you got Jesse
the only
Bates,
team that can give them some burn
and AJ
Terrell.
And AJ Terrell.
Yeah, man, like that this team is sneaky, man. If that quarterback position is right, the Falcons, I'm not gonna say they're gonna run away with the division, but I think they'll win it.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, man. Since you put it that way, the Falcons is probably the team that didn't make it last year that's going to make it this year in the NFC. But in the AFC, I gotta say, the team that didn't make it in the AFC that's probably going to make it. Probably the Bengals. I mean, come on now. I mean, it's probably going to be them. It's probably going to be if they find a way to get Jamar Chase on the field, which I think is going to be coming to a head pretty soon, since everybody else around him has gotten paid. I just cannot see the Bengals being this goofy and allowing that brother to sit out more than 1 week. He might miss week 1, but after that, he's going to play the rest of the season. So that's probably going to be the team that's going to make it. I don't see anybody else, but I think the Bengals might. I mean, although our good brother Nitro said they was going to be in last, I think they're going to be. I think they're going to probably be the second team in this division that's going to win.
Me, I got 4 teams out of the AFC.
4
new teams.
Oh joy.
Well, I know me and Byron talking about this all the time. There's usually 7 new teams, so you know what I'm saying. That I guess that isn't all the way far fetched.
I agree with y'all. The Bengals definitely, the Jets, the Colts, and the Chargers.
I was thinking Chargers. Okay.
Those are going to be
Chargers.
And I really forgot about the Falcons. I'm like, damn, the Falcons can really win that division. So those I said the Falcons and the Bears are going to be my two teams in the NFC. But in the AFC, I got 4 teams coming out.
I think
and the Commanders I had too. So I mean, I'm not far off, because like you said, it's every year it's
about 7.
It's at least 7 teams. It's just brand new every year. So and injury bar none, the Bengals and the Jets definitely could have made it. And same thing with the Colts. The Colts were giving people really a lot of run last year. the Falcons, they've just made so many improvements, and then the NFC South is just like the NFC East. It's always a new division winner right there. Then Caleb Williams and all the things that the Bears have done on the offensive side, I just think between them and the Commanders, they both can actually surprise teams and do enough to at least make the playoffs.
Man, the Jets are interesting. The Jets are a real interesting piece. That roster is stacked. The roster is really stacked. Like they already had a really good defense. And that was one of those teams where it was like, hey man, they get a quarterback and they could be a Super Bowl contender.
And don't forget, if they actually get Hassan Reddick into the building, bro, that defense is going to be one of the nastiest, maybe the best defense.
And it's crazy. It's nasty now.
So if they can get him to get them over the top, bro, it's lights out.
So the issue is, how do y'all feel about Aaron Rodgers as y'all leader? That's fine. And we're talking about intangibles. I'm talking about intangibles right now. Because on paper, the Jets are Super Bowl contenders. On paper. We got to preface our comments by saying that because you still got to go out and play the game. And I feel like as a leader, Aaron Rodgers is not it. I feel like as soon as things start to go sour, which at some point in the year it is, Aaron Rodgers is gonna point the finger, and that's gonna divide the locker room, and by divide I mean him and then everybody else, and then the Jets are gonna turn into the Jets because remember the people that been running the Jets this whole time still running the Jets.
True.
So you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think Aaron Rodgers is all that to overcome the organization's goofiness as well as his own goofiness. But on paper, this team should win the division for real. But we just talking about on paper.
I look at it this way. I don't trust Robert Saleh, the head coach. He's never had a winning season. He's never had a winning anything. What was he with the San Francisco 49ers back in the day? A couple years back.
Yeah,
that's where he came from.
DC, yeah, he's a coordinator.
Okay, he was DC coordinator in DC. I don't trust that brother, man. Not at all. And if Aaron Rodgers is running the show, I love. Don't get me wrong, I love Duck Dodgers. Okay, we know how much we love Duck. He's a great quarterback and all, but I just don't see it, man. I do think the Jets will be better. Let's just lie. I'm not going to sit here and say they're going to be a terrible team. I'm not going that far, but
no.
But is he going to lead them to the promised land? Will he lead them to the playoff berth? Sure, he might do that. But will he lead them to the promised land, meaning the Super Bowl? Hell no. I don't see that. Not at all. But yeah, other than that, I don't trust Robert Saleh as a head coach. He'll be ran over. He'll be ran over by Aaron because Aaron will be running the team. And
that's not good.
He's going to be running it. He'll run it to the playoffs, but after that, they getting up out of there.
Listen, he's had superior teams in the NFC and got to one Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
In the NFC, the AFC, the quarterback. This is the cream of the crop when it comes to quarterbacks. This is the cream of the crop. I'm just saying, and he's older. He's in his 40s now, and he don't strike me as the Tom Brady type that he got many more years left. Like his football years are numbered. I'm just saying the AFC is significantly harder. Now he's probably on a better team, but his team is not superior to any other team in the AFC. He's a contender, but in the NFC, I feel like his teams, all them NFC championship games he lost, half the time his team was better.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, if Aaron Rodgers' history mixed with the New York Jets' history doesn't look good moving forward for the future. I'm just saying.
B Dog, I'm about to hand you over the show, man. But tell us what are your picks for teams that make the playoffs who didn't make it last year?
So we just doing the um, division picks, or we just doing all seven?
We just doing. We gotta do the week 1 picks, brother.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
we just went through the NFC East. We
Eagles.
still got
Eagles.
and
Eagles
we-
by at least two or three games. I mean,
so-
it's gonna be a lap. They're gonna run
So-
laps around that division.
So everybody's picking the NFC East. And before we went to the AFC North, I was just throwing out teams that we think are going to make the playoffs that didn't make it last year.
Real quick, in the NFC East, I got the Eagles. I think they're gonna win that division by at least 2 or 3 games. But my bold prediction is that the Washington Commanders finish second. I'm not buying the Cowboys.
That's what we kind of all been in alliance with, and then we had went through the Cowboys schedule, brutal schedule, bro. If you see that schedule, bro, you're like, there's
Yeah, I can
no
pull
way.
it up too. I think the Cowboys it's gonna get bad fast. So I could see 6 wins, 7 wins.
Yeah,
maybe
there's no
8
way.
wins, but I don't see them. I don't see them as the second best team anymore. I think the Giants are clearly last. I think they'll be picking in the top 5, but I don't believe in the Cowboys this season. I think yes, they got their people paid. I just think it's something about that 1 year. They're not paying Dak. They're clearly not committed to him. Not committed to Mike McCarthy. Jerry Jones maybe has 6 months to live. So I mean, it's gonna be a goose show.
Yeah, don't
down
do
there.
that.
Hey man, him and Vince McMahon, man. You know they got the Vince McMahon documentary coming out. You know why not? Why
Oh,
not?
and look, they also got a movie about this guy's man's called The Apprentice coming up.
Yeah, you got Trump running for president again. You got Jerry Jones trying to win his first Super Bowl in 35 years, and then you got, you know,
Get his ass off the.
then you got the
damn
Vince
screen.
McMahon documentary coming out. So it'll be a fun September, I'm sure.
All right, y'all want to go through the AFC North quickly? Then I'm already
Yes.
going to tell you
Yes.
who I'm picking, man.
Yes.
Go ahead, Trey.
We gonna run it back, man. I got the Ravens winning it. When I'm just looking at the division itself, we don't know about the injury history about Joe Burrow. The Browns have been the Browns, but I mean they have a phenomenal coach, but they just can't get the quarterback right. And the Steelers have a tough schedule too. We're talking about the Dallas Cowboys, the Steelers, especially that later part of the season, there's just no way I think that the Pittsburgh Steelers can make the playoffs. I mean, the Ravens, they don't have an easy schedule either. But when you compare the scheduling, it just looks like the Ravens are more primed to make the playoffs especially because they had been battle tested last year all the way to the AFC Championship game. And let me quickly go through Pittsburgh's schedule. You start off against the Falcons. You played the Denver Broncos in Denver, Chargers, Colts. Those are your first 4 games. You play Dallas, the Raiders, the Jets, the Giants on Monday night. Then you have your bye. You come back and you take on Washington in Washington, the Ravens, the Browns, the Bengals, the Browns, the Eagles, at Baltimore, Kansas City, and then you conclude with the Bengals. They ain't making it either, y'all.
You said the Bengals. You said the Bengals and Steelers ain't making the playoffs.
No, I was saying no. I was going through Pittsburgh's schedule, and when you go through their schedule, they play the last 4 games: Eagles, Ravens at home, Kansas City, the Bengals.
Okay.
That them last 4 games alone are going to knock off Mike Tomlin's record.
Okay. All right. Well, this is what I think for the AFC North. I do think the Ravens will repeat. I think they'll win a division. I believe that Derrick Henry will make a huge impact on his team. I think Rashad Bateman will have a legit year. I think he stays healthy the entire year. I think Zay Flowers takes another jump. I think he hits the 1,000 club.
Hey now.
I think Mark Andrews bounces back, stays healthy. has about maybe 800, 900 yards. I think likely takes another step as well. He might have over 500, 600 yards. Lamar doesn't run the ball too much this time around. He allows his running back, Derrick Henry, to do most of the heavy work. Keaton Mitchell comes back around November-ish. So I think he'll play pretty well once he comes back and he's in shape. And it'll give Derrick Henry some breathing room to get ready for the postseason. But all in all, I see this team having a very successful season. I see them being first in the division. And I see them winning it. Now, after that, I believe that like I said, I gotta disagree with my man Nitro. I think the Bengals take a step forward, and I think they come back to form. I think Joe Burrow doesn't get hurt this time around. I think he stays healthy the entire year. I think that they're second in the division. I think they figure out the deal with Chase. Higgins has another great year because he's playing for a contract. And also the running game, I think they have Zach Moss on the squad. I think he'll have a banger year as well. I always liked him with the Colts. I thought he was great. I think he'll be great with the Bengals. So I think they have a good year right behind us. I'm not too sure about Cleveland, man. I know they look great on paper. You know, they got Myles Garrett. They got Judy. They got Deshaun Watson. He's always, you know, something to watch or something to look at. But I be honest with you, he hasn't been the same since he's left Houston. They don't have Joe Flacco. He's not there to bail him out again. And also the defense is good. The defense is great. But Chubb, man, they didn't miss him last year. But he's starting. I think he's starting the season on the PUP list, so he's going to probably miss the first 4 games, maybe a little bit more. I don't know about that running game, man. Jerome Ford is okay, but the people behind him, I mean, I think they need Nick Chubb badly this year. And Deshaun Watson, if he's definitely not who he used to be in Houston, if he doesn't come back to form, they will be at least 3rd or 4th in this division. And I think they'll be maybe a borderline playoff team. I'm not sure, but we shall see. With the Steelers, I still think they're in last place, but I always say this every year, and they always find a way not to really be in last place. But Russell Wilson, we already know that he's on his last leg. He's damn near halfway done. I think he'll have I ain't gonna say a bounce back year, but I think he's good enough for the first 5 weeks. Maybe not winning every game or winning too many games, but I don't think he turns the ball over too much. But it's going to come to a point in the season where he's not doing enough, and they'll turn to Justin Fields. And then by the time they get to Justin Fields, the season will be halfway over, which meaning they'll probably be 8-9 or 9-8, one of the two. They'll be last in the division, but they'll probably be fighting for a playoff spot because that's what they always do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see the AFC North with the Ravens still being the top tier team. They have all the talent in the world. With the Bengals being second, Cleveland right behind the Bengals, and the Steelers not too far away from everybody else. It's going to be very, very tough. Let me say that it's going to be very, very tough. But I still think the Ravens are the best team in this division.
All right. And Karanta, who you got winning the AFC North before we start the picks?
I'll start from the bottom. Just because there's too much, maybe not even too much, but it's just a quarterback controversy going on in Pittsburgh. So I think I think Pittsburgh, and this is not saying much because this is one of those divisions where everybody will still have a winning record at the end of the year. So it's like the last place team is not really the last place team, kind of like Rod said. So the Pittsburgh is still gonna have a top-notch defense, but offensively, I think their ceiling is limited. I think they're limited. As long as Russell Wilson's in there, I think they're limited. And once they figure that out, I think it may be too late unless they talk about figuring this out in the first 4 games and they switch over to Justin Fields. But then Justin Fields has his shortcomings. So I think the Steelers will end up bringing up the rear. I agree with Raj. I don't trust the Browns. I don't trust the Browns like I don't trust the Jets. Just historically, I just haven't trust them. They don't make good management decisions. They don't make good player personnel decisions, and therefore, and it just leaks over into the field. Like all your bad decisions create a bad product, and I think that's the Browns. And the Browns, again, another team just like the Jets, look good on paper, but Deshaun Watson, that contract, and they freed up some space this year, and gave him a lot of his money in a signing bonus, and trying to make some cap space for this year. I think they was really going after Ayuk. I think that's what they was doing. But obviously, 49ers end up keeping him, so now they're out of cap hell. But it is what it is. But y'all are the reason why y'all in there. So there's that. And still got Myles Garrett, who will be one of the best defensive players every year he plays at a top notch. And I got my man Denzel Ward over there. So they will be formidable. But in the AFC North, it's tough. So I think there'll be 3. This is where it gets kind of funky. I do think the Bengals will be second, but it's going to be very close. If Joe Burrow is healthy and they stop playing with this whole Jamar Chase situation, remember who was in last place? The Bengals was in last. No, not the Bengals weren't in last place last year. Wait, who was in last place in the AFC North last year?
Well, they were technically because Burrow got hurt.
Yeah, because the Browns did end up actually making the playoffs.
Yeah, they got 3 teams in.
Flacco, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the Bengals do technically have a last place schedule. So I don't believe the Bengals have to play the Bills like the Ravens do. And there's a couple games like that where I think, and I'm not saying the Ravens are going to lose. I'm just saying it's going to be tough. And the Bengals opponent, as compared to a number 1 a Bills division winner, is not going to be the same. So I think it will be close. But I do think ultimately the Ravens is still the best team in this division. And when it's come to the Bengals, the Ravens have had the Bengals number, more often than not. And I still love the matchup because y'all remember back in the day with AJ Green, it was a different situation. But since he's been gone, you know what I'm saying, and Lamar Jackson's come to town, things have changed. It's so interesting that the Bengals and the Ravens always beat up on the Bengals, but the Bengals seem to be the only team that's like can really get the Chiefs. It's the craziest thing. But I do think both of these teams will have double-digit wins, and I think it's going to go down to the last couple weeks, and I think the Ravens will pull it off in the end. But both teams, I do think both of those teams will be in the playoffs.
All right, B-Dog, I'm tossing the show over to you, man. Who you think is going to win? And then we go into our week 1 picks.
Yeah, I agree, which is scary because we all agree. I think the Ravens do win this division, but
that means it ain't happening. God dog it.
But like I said, with the Orioles waking me up in September, with the Ravens waking me up in January because we've seen this movie before.
Look, we picked, all of us picked the Eagles and Ravens, and that's been the Super Bowl pick for how long? The matchup?
Oh boy.
I just feel like it's going to be a team, at least in NFC, we don't expect. I just get that feeling.
The Rams?
That's my vibe. You think so?
You now,
big on the Rams?
I'm telling you now, Rams or Packers, NFC championship game. One of those 2.
Aaron Donald's going to be sick. I'll tell you that. If that happens.
That would be crazy.
Maybe he comes back, Raj, with his sharp hairline.
I would. We in a Super Bowl? Hey.
Man.
Eric Weddle did it. You remember?
Exactly. He come back.
Sure did.
Yeah, I'm going with the Ravens. I think the Bengals are second, but I mean, if you tell me any of these teams can win a division, I won't argue with you because, except Cleveland, I don't think Cleveland's going to win it. But that's just me. I just think they have too many injuries. Think they're going to start off too slow. But with the Ravens, we'll see, man. I mean, but it would not shock me if the Ravens win the division or if they're a wild card. I said this in my preview. They could win 12, 13 games again. They could sneak in at 10-7. I just don't know. Like I said, really about what they do in the playoffs. I could care less about how many games they win, how many accolades they get, how many Pro Bowlers they have, how many spectacular plays Lamar has. All that's cute, but we've seen that before. It's really all about what you do in January and February. I know we've been hard on Harbaugh, I know we've been hard on others, but it's going to come down to what this team does. I think this is their window because I think after this year they have to pay even more players, and we'll see. We shall see. But let's get to the week 1 picks because I do want to recap. Dre, you were last year's winner, right? Defending your crown.
Mm-hmm.
So congratulations to you, my brother. How you feeling heading into another year of picks? Are you ready to defend your crown yet again?
Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Yes, we acknowledge. There you go.
Acknowledge me.
All right, let's get to week 1. Let me pull it up the schedule so that people can follow with us at home. Got a lot of football, multiple days this week. So starting on Thursday night, as we know, with the Ravens and Chiefs from GEHA Field in Arrowhead, 8:20 on NBC and Rogers' favorite streaming service, and 4K, hopefully, Peacock. Dre, I'm gonna start with you, brother. How you feeling, man? Ravens, Chiefs starting the season on Thursday night.
Big trust. Ravens going. I think Ravens get this first win, build momentum. The Chiefs usually don't start off the season well. They usually, the Chiefs are kind of like the Warriors at this point. They just kind of coasted through the season, and then they'll rev it up when it comes to the playoffs. But I think this will help the narrative about Lamar because he's 1-4 right now against the Chiefs and against Mahomes. But like you said, Byron, earlier, it'll be nice to win in the regular season. But until he beats Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, I don't see Lamar Jackson winning a Super Bowl until that happens. It's similar to when the Ravens had to get off the monkey off their back when they finally beat Peyton Manning and then they propelled them to win the Super Bowl. I feel like it's the same way with the Chiefs. In order to be the man, you got to beat the man. And right now the man is Patrick, the tribal chief Mahomes.
Go ahead, Raj.
I'm picking the Chiefs. I don't like. I mean, I don't like this matchup for a plethora of reasons. One, it's just every time it just seems like we have to like scratch and claw to try to beat this team, and we always make a lot of mistakes against them. It's not going to be no different on Thursday. I think it's going to be a really close game. I think it's going to come down to probably a throw that Patrick makes or a call that Andy Reid makes, or even somebody's going to do something crazy in this game to where the Chiefs win. And I just think that he's going to be 1-5 against them. Harbaugh is going to be standing there looking stupid again on the sidelines. They're going to run the football though this time. They are going to run the football. They're going to run the football a lot. But I just think I think they're going to come up short in this game. And hopefully, if they do come up short, hopefully it motivates them to get over the hump when it actually does matter, because this game doesn't really matter to me. But I got the Chiefs winning.
Devontae, you never pick against the Chiefs, but I don't think you're gonna start now.
No, man. Nah, not at all, man. And the crazy thing, the Chiefs are on a mission too, to do something that nobody's ever done. I'm not saying they're gonna do it, but God damn it, I ain't picking against them too many times this year. It will only be, I don't even know if they play the Bengals this year. Probably not, because it's the first place.
No, they do. So the Chiefs actually start off with the Ravens and then they play the Bengals. That's the first 2 games.
Oh, look at that. Well, shoot, they trying to make that Tom Brady Peyton Manning. So I think that's gonna be like a non-divisional game that we happen to see every year.
Lamar and the Chiefs.
No. The
Bengals and Chiefs.
The Bengals and Chiefs.
Oh, okay.
I
thought it would be more Lamar and
they're trying to do that. They're trying to do that narrative too because they're the top 2 quarterbacks in football.
Okay.
We'll see. But yeah, the issue here is the time to beat Patrick Mahomes was supposed to be last year. You messed around and let him retool, and that's scary. Now he has a variety of weapons. Now I don't think Hollywood Brown's gonna play in this one, but I was like, y'all could have did y'all WWE thing on him, but him having a variety of receivers is not good for the rest of the league. It is a Thursday night. They started off slow last year, but I'm not gonna pick against Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid much this year. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
Expect the behind the back pass from Patrick Mahomes.
He better not do that in the regular season.
Real
Oh,
quick,
you know he is.
I'm gonna go Chiefs, Dre, just so you can put me down now. I have more in depth on the Ravens preview coming up. But Friday night on Peacock as well, Raj. 2-for-1 on the cock. We got
Man,
Green Bay.
When we all supposed to be going to Brazil?
Hey man, with that
no.
crime, Dre, you sure? You seen the videos, man? You see what they doing, the brothers out there? You sure you want to go out there, man?
Hey man, if I'm gonna go out, it's worth going out, man. It's
Man.
you know,
Crazy as hell.
you know,
We got teams y'all are high on the Packers and Eagles. This could be an NFC Championship game preview from San Paulo. Tickets as low as $224. So take that for what you.
Tickets is low.
Sounds like WWE over there.
Well,
I'm going with the Packers. I'm gonna go with the Packers. I'm gonna just go Packers. I'm gonna go switch that.
yes, I'm going with the Packers as well. I got to show my man, Jordan Love, a lot of love, baby. And I don't know. It's going to be a fun game, though. It is going to be kind of different and kind of fun. But I think Jordan's going to take that next step, man. I think that he surprised a lot of people last year from what he did on the field to the point where he surprisingly got his money for 1 year. But I think he's going to earn it this year, and I think he's going to make those weapons around him even much more better than what they was last year. So stay tuned for that. I got the Packers.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going with the Packers too. I like their coaching staff better than I do the Eagles coaching staff. The Packers low key got a nice roster over there. Jordan Love looked a lot better the second half of last season on, as opposed to Jalen Hurts, who did not look good the second half of last season on. The Packers have a lot. The thing that worries about the Packers, and this is me speaking as a season as a whole, the expectations are high. This is Title Town. Expectations are high. Jordan Love just got broke off. I think he could take the next step. I was hard on him early on, but he's proven me wrong, and I think he will take the next step. And it's going to start on this Friday. Eagles still a little shaky in some aspects, so I'm going to lean to the team that has less problems.
Well, I guess I got the bird flu, and I'm going against the grain for everybody. Everybody picked the Chiefs, and everybody picked the Packers, and I've been saying the Ravens, and I'm going to go with the Eagles. I think the Eagles have a bounce-back season. I think that they're a team on a mission, a team united. All that was going on, I think that they've solved those issues. Sirianni and Jalen Hurts, I feel like they're going to get on the same page. The addition of Saquon Barkley being there is going to help. And I think that the Eagles win this game in spite of them looking like they already partied and been with some of them Brazilian women before the game even started.
They better not. They better not.
If you look at Jalen Hurts, he already looked like he hurting. So, but I got the Eagles winning this one though. I think they're going to be able to pull it out. And like I said, I do really like the Packers a lot this season, but I think it's just one of those games where if they probably face the Packers later on, I could see the Packers beating them. But I think starting off, I think the Eagles are going to be able to run the football, be able to take some of that time off the clock, and I think that especially the Eagles just seem to keep getting weapons for their offense. So their wide receiver group is real nasty, but I think that addition of Saquon is just going to be something special against that Packers defense.
Well, that's how you won it last year, Dre. You went against the grain, and it paid off. Let's get to the Sunday action real quick. Pittsburgh goes to Atlanta, 1 p.m. on Fox. I'm going to go with the Steelers. Go ahead.
What's your pick for the Eagles and Packers? Did you
I had Packers. I got Chiefs, Packers. I'm going Steelers. I know y'all like Atlanta. I do too, but I think it's going to take some time. We know week one's usually unpredictable. I think this is one of those games that the Steelers just cockroach and win somehow, like 14-13 or something.
I'm gonna go Atlanta.
You know what? My early pick was the Steelers, and then they got Judon and then Simmons. Shoot! It's in Atlanta.
You trust Russell Wilson?
Nope. But Kirk. I'm not the biggest fan of Kirk Cousins either.
I trust him more than I trust Russell.
Is he on one leg still? I mean,
I'm not sure. Byron, I'm not sure.
That's really why I'm picking the Steelers, because I really think TJ Watt is going to have a field day against Kirk.
And y'all know this is funny because these two teams right here, I had issues over the past couple years. It's been these two teams. Whatever I've done, they've done the opposite. I'm gonna go with the Falcons. Falcons reluctantly.
I guess the bird flu continues for me because I got the Falcons winning as well. Byron, for those exact reasons that you talked about, I think that Justin Fields and Russell Wilson, they've been the most sacked quarterbacks over the past couple of seasons, and the Falcons, with their additions on their defense, I think will be able to do enough at home to carry them to victory.
Rod, you got the Falcons too, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's keep it moving. I think we all agree on this one. Buffalo and Arizona. I'm going Buffalo, but I do think it will be a close game. If you're betting, throw some bread on Arizona this season. I think they want to cover a lot of games.
I will say, I think, God damn, what's his name?
Kyler.
No, receiver.
Keon Coleman. Oh, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Marvin Harrison
Jr.
Oh,
the beast.
For 100 yards in this game.
Man child.
But it won't be enough because Keon Coleman going to have 100 too. So I'm going Buffalo.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. I agree, Byron. I think all of us probably say the Bills.
Yeah, we can keep moving with that. Like I said, just keep your eye on Arizona. Not saying they're going to make the playoffs. I think they're going to be competitive.
I think they're favored by a touchdown, and I think that's a lot.
But I do not have the Bills in the playoffs, by the way. Let's get that on record. I do not have them make the playoffs.
Put it down.
I think they are like a 9-8, 8-9 team. I don't think they make it this season.
Anyway. I gotta look at the schedule, but I want to be in agreement with you, but I gotta look at that schedule.
Tennessee and Chicago, Dre, I'm with you. I think the Bears are a playoff team. I think the NFC North gets 3 teams in. I think Chicago, they win this game easily, honestly. That defense is going to hold them.
I think they thumped Tennessee. So, yeah, I'm with you in Chicago.
Everybody's picking Chicago?
I am not as high on Chicago as you guys are, but I will take them to win this game.
Hey, Gravante, 9-8 probably get you in the NFC.
No bull, right. And it's 7 teams, and it's 7 teams to get into the playoffs in each conference now. So it gets a little bit easier to get into the playoffs. But yeah, I'll go with Chicago this time, and it's at home opener. So I'll go Chicago.
Another easy one. If you're picking in the survivor pool, you got the Bengals and the Patriots.
Everybody already picking the Bengals. I already know. I'm jotting it down now.
Patriots might be the number 1 pick.
The Patriots are really bad. Like they're really bad.
They're so bad they don't want their new quarterback out there.
Exactly. They just don't let him just chill.
And I think he might actually play well when he does play. That's the scary part. Like you said, to help them win too many games. So we'll see. All with the Bengals, right? Just want to make sure that's 1 p.m.
Yeah, for sure.
This is an intriguing matchup. The Houston Texans, Cravante, I'm going to start with you. Go to Indy, rematch of that Week 17 game. Anthony Richardson's back. We know the love that the Texans are getting. They're the darling of the offseason.
Listen, man. The Colts, we should not sleep. We should not sleep.
Yes, I agree.
We should not be sleeping on the Indianapolis Colts. But my guy, CJ Stroud, is on the other side of the ball, and he got weapons galore. You understand me? Weapons galore, and I'm going with my guy CJ Stroud. Yo, I got to until I see. I haven't seen a bad. I really ain't seen a bad game from him yet. And him with more weapons. My gosh, and that defense and low key, the Texas defense is really good too.
Yeah.
And we really haven't talked about it, but because with the Will, y'all remember when they picked them two top picks and then that top 5 that one year, and Will Anderson seems to be a great pickup, and Derek Stingley seems to be a top. He's on the top tier of cornerbacks. I like Houston. I'm gonna rock with Houston.
And I think they signed Daniil Hunter. I think they got him as well. So
Yes,
another
they
pass
did.
rusher.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Go ahead, Raj. Who you got?
Houston.
Dre?
I got the Colts.
I agree with you, Dre. I think the Colts are a wild card. I got the Colts get the win here.
And you know what? Week 1, like you said, is just full of always. It's just full of crazy upsets, and it's a divisional game at home.
Yep, and it's the divisional game. Yep.
Yeah,
At
I think
home,
the,
too.
I think the
that
Colts are
helps.
like the Bears. I think they sneak in 9-8, maybe somewhere at the bottom of the AFC. But I'm going with the Colts too, Dre. This is another interesting game. Jacksonville travels to Miami, Battle of Florida. Dolphins host the Jaguars. But I'm going with the
Oh, man.
Dolphins, though. I'm going with the Dolphins, though.
I'm going with the Dolphins as well.
Yeah, Dolphins.
What is Waddle's? Is he healthy?
Let me check
I
for you.
don't think it matters.
Let me see.
Look,
Waddle practices. Looks like he practiced, Cravante, so it looks like he's on track to play.
All right. Shoot. You know what? I'm gonna go against the grain on this one. I'm gonna go Duval.
Okay.
yeah, okay.
I'm going with Jackson. I'm going with
Yeah, it
Jackson.
looks like Jalen
I think
Ramsey.
I think it's going to be too
practiced
much
as well.
partying going on in Miami because Jacksonville ain't shit to do there. So when you get to Miami, it's going to be Miami. Don't give a damn if it is Florida. There's a difference between the two cities.
Nah, you right. They might as well be in a different state.
Yeah, I'm going with the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are probably going to win that division, and we'll see. But we got Carolina and New Orleans. I mean, I'm
What are
going
we
New
talking
Orleans.
What
I
are we
guess.
talking about?
Oh, we all going New
Yeah,
Orleans?
everybody picking Nola or
Tickets as low as $19.
That tells you all you need to know, right?
damn.
I'm going with the Saints.
We can't even get them tickets away, yo. Man, the Panthers. It's gonna be hard for me to figure out when I would pick the Panthers to win, and this will be the closest one.
Well, they got to show you something
It's
first.
just the week to do it, right? It's the week to do it.
This would be the week to do it, wouldn't it? Week 1. This would be the week.
Yeah, it would be. But
who's the quarterback? Who's the Derek Carr still the quarterback?
Derek Carr's still the quarterback.
And apparently they were trying to trade him to Minnesota.
Jesus Christ! I guess I picked the Saints.
All right.
Yeah.
You the only one that picking the Saints? I mean, I'm sorry. Everybody's picking the Saints.
Yeah.
I'm rolling with the Saints.
This next game should be even more interesting. Yeah, I'm going with the Saints as well, Dre. The Vikings travel to New York to face the Giants.
Minnesota. Give me Minnesota.
Yeah. The Giants got to win one of these games.
You know what, Dre? That's why I'm going with the Giants. I'm going off a limb. They're going to win a game, and this is it.
You know what? Even though my team is also in the NFC East, I'm going with the Giants on this one.
Okay.
I think the Giants defense will keep them in a lot more games than we think, but Daniel Jones will kill them.
So
he'll kill them in this game.
I forgot that they have Brian Burns,
Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns. They got some guys back there.
Thibodeau and Kayvon Thibodeau.
And then remember with their draft pick, they picked up our neighbors, right? So
Yeah,
neighbors.
So they might pull it off.
I think he might have a big day. I don't think the Vikings have any corners, so I think he might have a big day.
Him and Jay Jetta might have a big day.
Cool. You had the Giants?
No, I got Minnesota.
Okay.
I think I want to go with the Giants. I'm gonna go with the Giants at home.
All right.
We got this one will be easy. Raiders and Chargers. I'm going Chargers.
Chargers.
Jim Harbaugh, welcome back.
Yeah, I think everybody got the
Come on,
Chargers.
Chargers. Come on,
But
Chargers.
I mean, the Raiders. If they can just get the quarterback, they'll be another team.
Don't worry, Shador will be there next year. He looks good in black.
You think he's
I've
gonna
been
be
saying
there?
it for a year. I've been saying it for a year, man. I think it just
but-
fits perfectly.
I feel like he fits in better with
The Cowboys.
yeah.
Yuck.
He ain't gonna be that far. He ain't gonna. Well, the Cowboys had to be really
no.
bad, Dre.
I don't want to hate him.
It don't matter.
And I think the Cowboys will
No,
be bad enough for him
trust
to
me.
get a.
It don't matter where. It don't matter what happens. It don't matter if he's the number 1 overall pick. If Dion wants him to go to the Cowboys, that's where he's going.
Yeah, I'm about to say between those two, and Jerry is the type to make the trade to do it.
So
We'll see. We'll be interested.
We'll see if Dion has that much influence on Jerry.
Please, he brought him a Super Bowl.
he's
That
Colonel
make-
Deion
He's
Sanders.
also black.
Are you sure about that?
Hey,
Did you see his beat?
Jerry loves winning. And he loves money.
He's salt and pepper.
Jerry loves winning and he loves money.
He don't love it that much to keep Jimmy Johnson.
That was ego. I think he's learned from it.
But as I'm saying, he don't like winning above his ego.
That was 30 years ago. Let's move
Denver
on.
and Seattle.
Folks don't change, bro. Folks don't change, bro.
Denver and Seattle.
Dre, you going with your boy Bo Nix?
Damn.
I'm going with Mike
That's
McDonald.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, I'm going with Seattle. At
I'm going with
12. Man.
Seattle.
Man,
This
Bo
could be
Nix,
this
his
could be
first
another
game-
ugly
his
game.
first
This could be
game against
another.
the 12th man.
Yeah, this could be another 14-12 game. This could be another ugly one.
It is because Broncos ain't
First team to 17
Bro.
wins.
His first game is against the 12th
I-
man.
I'm tempted
Yes.
to pick the
Yeah.
Broncos, but I'm gonna go with everybody and go
Yeah.
with Seahawks.
I agree with you, Dre. I would not be surprised if the Broncos win, but I'm going Seattle. I'm not big on Seattle like everybody else. I think they are
They won last.
third best. I think they're third best.
See,
at that.
Seattle won that.
So everybody picked Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I am.
It actually wouldn't shock me if Arizona finished with a better record than Seattle, but that's just a little wild card, a little throw out there. Dallas and Cleveland, real quick, the debut of the GOAT, Tom Brady, in the booth, along with Kevin Burkhardt. Again, no Greg Olsen. He has been demoted, but that will be at 425, America's game of the week. I do think the Cowboys do win here, though, just because they are the, I guess, better team.
On paper, but yeah, I'll take the Cowboys too.
But they might cowboy and lose, so who knows? But go ahead.
Hopefully not.
Take the Browns. Take the
And
Browns.
Cravante, I'm with you. I think I think it starts. I think Dallas starts having questions to answer right
early.
and it's in the dog pound, and Deshaun Watson has to start proving his contract. Plus, their head coach is nice, and I think Chubbs is back too.
I think he started on the pup list.
Damn.
Yeah, he's on the pup list. He's not playing.
Oh,
Give me
damn.
Dallas.
Either way though, the Browns are still good, but they gonna need Chubb if they gonna really.
That was my whole point of my AFC North.
Yeah, if they had Chubb,
They
I think
They need him more so this year than they did last year.
So we split. I like it. All right, Cravante, let's go, man. Washington starts in Tampa, brother.
Man.
If it helps you, if it makes you feel better, I'm picking the Commanders.
Hey, man, listen. Y'all know how I be feeling about picking my own team, man. I like them right here. I like them right here in this spot. Now, one thing I know we're going to struggle with. We're going to struggle trying to contain Mike Evans and them. Like they're guys on the outside. We are going
Everybody does, Cravante. He gets 1,000 yards every year.
right. I think we're going to struggle here and there. But man, I like us going down there and surprising them boys, man. I'm a roll with the Commanders, man.
Okay, well, I'm rolling with the Commanders as well. I told you, I think
those haters can't stand us.
Yeah.
Commanders. We fight for RDC. Who are we? The Commanders. Those
yeah, if you rolling with the Commanders, baby, got to. Gotta
Yes,
roll.
every win this season, baby. We're gonna play the song.
Those haters really can't stand us. You're right.
Oh, boy.
I think we get a big day from both number one, number two. I think Caleb shows off against the Titans, and I think Jane Daniels takes advantage of the Tampa Bay
Yeah,
Buccaneers.
I got the same thing, Commanders.
And now Todd Bowles, he gonna bring that pressure, but I think Jaden Daniels is gonna
Ooh,
do
this
Hey,
a
look,
tough game on Sunday night.
you better get there because he's gonna be going like Lamar, hitting his head on the goalpost if you don't get there. So we'll see. I think we all going Commanders. I like it, but I do think Tampa's going to be competitive. I don't know if they make the playoffs, but they'll be.
No, they'll make.
I agree.
They'll make the playoffs.
This is a tough game.
Yes,
to pick.
this is a playoff rematch, Dre. Your Rams and your Lions on. Wow, Peacock will be very, very busy these next couple of days, Raj.
They're always busy because they're the cock.
I'm going Detroit. I still
Detroit.
believe in Detroit. I believe in Detroit. I think they're going to make another run. I don't know how far that run ends. They could lose in the first round, or they could make the NFC Championship game. But I think they're going to be good.
I'm going with the Detroit Lions as well. I just think they're rolling right now. They figured out how to play finally with Dan Campbell, and they're going to bite some kneecaps on Sunday night.
Lions, same as Raj. They rolling. I think they finally figuring this thing out.
I want to pick the Rams so bad, but I feel like it's better if this was in LA, I probably would pick the Rams, but it's in Detroit, first game, and you guys got a chip on your shoulder being that y'all lost in the NFC Championship game. I got to roll with the Lions as well.
Monday night, I'm really intrigued in this game. I am going to pick the New York Jets. I've been looking at this game all week. The Jets and the 49ers, I think all the goofiness with the 49ers will bite them early in the season with the Ayuk stuff. I think Trent Williams just got paid today. But I think Aaron Rodgers and this Jets team, I think they sneak into the playoffs. I've been kind of back and forth on them. I don't know if they win a division. They could, but I think the Dolphins win a division. But if the Jets sneak in the playoffs, 9-8, 10-7, I would not be surprised. And I think their defense, I don't think the 49ers are going to really be able to move the ball against that defense this week. I think Sauce and those boys are going to be able to shut down one side of the field. I think they're going to get after Purdy. I think they win another defense. I think it's going to be a lot of low-scoring games this week, a lot of unders. So maybe a 17-14, 20-16 type game. I think the Jets win this one on Monday night.
I'm with you, Byron. I think the Jets win as well. I think Aaron Rodgers does well. He's gonna definitely not play. He's gonna play more than just 4 snaps, of course. Yeah, I think the Jets win. It's just like you said, there's too much going on with the 49ers. Trent Williams just came back today. Brandon Ayuk got paid last week. We don't know really the status of Christian McCaffrey because he's a little banged up. So, and Brock Purdy he's cool, but I'm not sure about what he's going to do in this particular game. But I think the Jets are going to be very sneaky. They're going to come out guns a-blazing, and beware of Breece Hall, because Breece Hall is going to have himself a field day, I believe, on Monday Night Football.
Real quick, Ramon Changer, before y'all go, I did want to point this out. The Jets' schedule, if they can win on Monday, they have Tennessee, New England, Denver, Minnesota, Buffalo, at Pittsburgh, at New England, Houston, Arizona, Indy before their bye. They could stack some wins, guys. I know it's on paper. It's on paper, but they could sneak in. That's why I said don't be surprised if the Jets not only get in the playoffs, but they could win a division too, especially if they start off hot as well.
Yeah, they're definitely making the playoffs.
So are you picking them now?
God, man, there is a lot of turmoil going on with the 49ers, which is not good. Now, granted, it ain't been all glitz and glamour, rainbows in New York, but the 49ers, I'm a little surprised at them, how they let so many things get out of hand. And Purdy Rodgers, I say we really not looking at that matchup at all. Man, I was so sure I was picking the 49ers. I was so sure before today, and I'm not sure anymore. I think I'm gonna slide with the Jets. I wasn't foreseeing like picking the Jets too many times, but I'm gonna pick the Jets, man. I'm gonna pick the Jets week 1.
All right. Aaron Rodgers coming back to California. 49ers on a mission from the Super Bowl.
He hasn't beaten the 49ers either.
This might be the time he does it, and maybe he does, but I'm going to roll with the 49ers. Watch, like you said, watch this be the time that it happens. Because they got the talent, but it's just something about the 49ers. He just struggles against them, especially in the playoffs.
Yes, he does. But it's not the playoffs.
Nope. And they've been extremely goofy this entire offseason.
That's that. And that's not like them, man. That's not like them.
Let us know who you got in week 1. We went over the games. We're starting to pick standings. See how it goes. A lot of unorthodox picks, but week 1 is usually one of the more unpredictable weeks. So make sure you look out for a few upsets and covers that you don't see happening as well. I think we just want to get our Super Bowl picks and we can get out of here. Is that what we're doing?
Okay.
Go ahead, Dre. I'll start with you, brother. Who plays in New Orleans Super Bowl? Was this 59?
I got Ravens, Eagles.
And who you got taking it?
Ravens.
All right, Raj, who you got?
For my Super Bowl picks, I'm picking the Chiefs. I think they're going back again. And for my NFC, I'm going with what?
No. Go ahead on.
Oh, and with the NFC, I'm going to go with I'm gonna go with the Eagles as well. I think the Eagles get back. I think they have a bounce back year. I think Jalen Hurts and them boys find a way to the Super Bowl.
I'm kind of with you, Unc. Something, like I said earlier, to be the man, you got to beat the man. But something about the field. I want to pick the Chiefs to three-peat, but it's something about the field and history. And every time lately within sports, whenever you know somebody's going for history, and I don't know what it is, they just always have failed. It's like and I just think about like teams like the Warriors who were on the cusp of history.
Well, look at it this way, Dre. The field didn't have a Taylor Swift on their side. Okay. The Chiefs do. They have a Taylor Swift on their side. And Taylor Swift is the magical key for them to three-peat. And she'll be at every game, cheering, dancing it off, or whatever her song is called. Shaking it off, and all this other goofy stuff. Along with Jason Kelsey, he'll be there as well. Not every game, but he'll be at the important.
Yeah, he'll be there.
So yeah, I just think that they'll find a way there, and I just think they'll find a way there.
Okay.
I agree with Roger. Going with the Chiefs for history, and Dre, you're right. You are absolutely right. Something probably is going to happen to derail them from going, but it's probably
watch it be something goofy. Watch it be something goofy like Josh Allen beats him.
Yeah,
that would be nice. I won't mind that.
But it'll probably be, pencil this in. If they do get derailed, it'll probably be in the AFC Championship. Because I think if they make it to the Super Bowl, they're going to win.
Oh, yeah.
Penciling it in.
How about this? Let's shake it up a little bit. Yeah, I got the Chiefs. And if I got them going to the Super Bowl, I got them winning. But the runner-up, Detroit Lions.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay.
I thought you were going to go with me for a second when I said the Rams were going to make at least the NFC Championship game.
I thought you was going to say the Commanders.
Now, why would you think that?
That's delusion at that point.
Man, listen, man. I talked about it earlier, man. The Lions are slowly figuring things out, putting some pieces together. Jared Goff has had some deep playoff success, has been in the Super Bowl. And I think they had the coaching staff. I think they have the offense. Man, they really, really got a shot. But I feel like they're gonna run into either the Eagles or the Packers in the championship. But
I like that pick. I like that.
But I'll say Chiefs Lions. But God, and that would be so unfortunate because Jared Goff, my man, got to put you down again. Going to put you down to get that third in a row, man. But yeah, Chiefs, you better stop them before they get there. You better stop them before they get there.
I feel you. I don't see anybody beating the Chiefs, but I don't know. I think it might be a rematch. Chiefs 49ers. That's just me right now. I don't really have faith in any NFC team. I don't know. I mean, Philly could do it, but I feel like they're going to do something goofy because I feel like AJ Brown's going to have a temper tantrum at some point, and then it's going to derail them. I don't know. I just feel like the 49ers are going to get right when they need to. They might start out slow, but then they'll probably get right at the end of the season because they have the pieces to do so.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see. Let us know in the comment section. Vote on the poll. Who wins the Super Bowl? Any final thoughts, fellas? I know we pretty much wrapping this puppy up, but any other notes on the season? Anybody who may be a breakout candidate, player, team, any rookies, anything you're looking forward to as well?
A lot of people are picking Jaden Daniels, but Caleb Williams is going to be. I think he's going to be in the mix too. So it's going to be interesting to see who makes the playoffs and also who wins Rookie of the Year between those two.
I think Xavier Worthy is going to be a really great wide receiver. Just something about him. He's going to show out. He's going to show out this season. I think he's going to have a great season.
Devontae?
You know what, Dre? That's where I was going. I can't wait to see the Caleb Williams and Jay Daniels play, man. That game is circled. I can't wait to see them two play against each other and that matchup because they'll be, as we know, they'll be linked for the rest of their careers. And Rookie of the Year is gonna go down to the wire. Then depending on how well their team success is, will probably determine who wins that award.
We will be keeping our eye out for that. Dre, we're into football season. What can the people expect each and every week? More the same with the picks and everything.
Hey, we got our picks coming up. WNBA playoffs. You got college football, baseball playoffs about to come about. It's a lot happening in the world of sports. I can't wait, y'all.
Yes, sir. We'll recap the picks next week. Of course, may or may not have a guest. Keep you posted on that. And we will, as always, break down the Ravens, break down the Commanders, as we do always. But Thursday, we do have a Ravens game. May actually get that preview late tonight, early tomorrow. May do it after the show because the game is Thursday. Raj, we're back at it again. Another season of Ravens coverage.
Another season of Ravens coverage. Should be fun. I mean, hopefully we win. I'm not really enthused, but we shall see, man. Hopefully they show me something different. Hopefully Harbaugh shows me something different. I mean, I shouldn't be, asking for that because he should be already doing it. But I mean, what are we in year? What is this? Year 16?
Yeah.
Lost count, bro.
Yeah. So it's like you can't teach a person new tricks after a while. So it is what it is.
Yo, Raj, you got trips coming up, right?
Yes, but that's not until week 3. So yeah.
Man, that's right around the corner, man.
Yeah, we'll be putting up the Christmas tree soon. Scary enough. Cravante, Commanders, man, a hopeful season. I haven't seen you this happy about a season in a long time. What is a successful season to you, real quick, before we get out of here? What is a successful season for the Commanders?
I want to be competitive. I want to be competitive throughout the season. I don't need my season to end early November before the holidays and all that. I want to beat the Cowboys in Dallas. And yeah, man, if Jaden Daniels is a legit candidate for Rookie of the Year, I think the season will go how I wished it would go. Now, we don't have, I'm not saying playoffs, but if we legit push for a playoff spot, that's good enough for me. We make the playoffs, we've overachieved.
We appreciate that. The executive producer, the tribal chief, the Flex on Messiah, Drizzy Dre. Will you be out and about this season? I mean, I know Roger going to eat meat this week, right?
Yes. Yes, we're going to Dave and Buster's.
I'm enjoying one of these weekends. Last year I wasn't able to really catch up with him and D like that. You gotta let me know the time my boy Q is going to be joining y'all.
Next week, week 2.
Next week the Raiders game. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Going to Owens Mills. Wild Wings.
Senior producer, the Commander Lawyer, Cravante, Bebe, will be getting real goofy, I'm sure, with the NFL season starting. I'm sure the goofies will be racking up as well. Glad you're feeling better, brother.
Man, listen, mess with y'all. I keep laughing.
Try to take you out.
This cold want to come back.
Hey, man, it's election season. Be careful out there, everybody. Please. That's all I'm gonna say.
My God. And now that it's after what they say, Raj, after Labor Day, things starting to gear up.
Hey,
we
man.
got 2 months left, y'all. We ain't got 2 months left.
It's my favorite time of the year.
His favorite time of the year.
Raj, matter of fact, you know what I just realized, Raj? Actually, as we now enter September 4th, excuse me, we're a week away from the presidential debate, Raj. I think you said you wanted to be live for that. Is that what you said?
Yes, I did. September 10th is the date of the debate. So stay tuned for that. That should be really fun. But yeah, we definitely shall see how these two candidates fare.
Yeah, I just realized it's a week away.
What date is it?
Yeah.
What date is
it? Next Tuesday, a week from yesterday, technically, because now we're in Wednesday.
You said the 10th?
Yes. Please join us.
Right before 9/11. That means it's gonna be a disaster.
Oh boy, Jesus Christ, boy, oh boy! I'm just glad football is back.
Me too. Thank God.
Programming note: we will be live hopefully tomorrow for AEW, but Thursday night the post game show probably sometime after 11, maybe 12 a.m. We'll see. The Thursday night game, they're gonna drag it out, but we'll be live. Raj, myself, and Diodamas for the Ravens post game show. Maybe even Dre. If he's available, we know he likes to run in as well. And Saturday, another pay-per-view, AEW All Out from Chicago. So we'll be live for that as well. And then Sunday, probably won't see it because no Ravens game, but maybe, who knows, maybe some content as well. And Monday, we're back with another episode of the Flex Zone podcast. Only place giving you sports, fellas, how you want it.
When you
need it.
For Dre, for Cravante, for Raj, and everybody in the chat, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe if you're new. Go ahead and vote on the poll. Hit the like button. It helps us out tremendously. Hit the bell. FlexZone1@gmail.com. Twitter, Instagram, the FlexZone1. Facebook, the FlexZone1. The hit of the sports podcast table will be back throughout the week with content. I'm going to do a Ravens preview. Got a Ravens preview on the channel. We got Warriors content on the channel. We'll get a Ravens preview as well. For Dre, for Cravante, and Dre, God's favorite host, signing off. Thank you guys for watching. NFL is back, and we're getting ready to get out of here, put the kids to bed. Good night, everybody. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow and throughout the rest of the week on the channel. Peace. Have a good night.
Peace.
Acknowledge me.